would you rather build a team around?
Oh,
Would
Joe
it be
Burrow.
Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson?
Joe Burrow. And it's more credit to Joe Burrow than Lamar Jackson because I love Lamar. Joe Burrow has done something historically that's never been done before. 25 straight games, he has completed 60% more of his passes. That is an NFL record. Two things that I love about Joe that kind of are the differentiator for me is his late game poise. His late game, I believe that because we have that quarterback, we are going to find a way to get it done. And the Super Bowl run of last year, I will credit Cincinnati's defense was huge, but we also saw that from Joe Burrow, that unique, rare, I've got it trait that because we've got this guy as our quarterback, we got a chance in every single game. And when we get the ball with 1 minute left or 90 seconds left, because he's got such calm peace and presence about him, I have no doubt that I feel, I'm going to put everything I got on the fact that we got Joe Burrow and we'll go win this football game. I love Joe Burrow. I've said this time and time again. There's not a quarterback under the age of 25 that I would take over him. The one pushback I have with Lamar, and I said this candidly before the Ravens drafted him, before anybody had drafted him, and this is just the truth about him, as much as I love him and think he's a superstar. When you draft him, you somewhat box yourself in a little bit schematically. When you draft Lamar, you're going to run a very specific system, and you got to draft people that have to thrive in that very specific system. And that does, I don't want to say minimize or hinder you, but it does kind of crystallize kind of who you have to be offensively. Joe does not do that to you. Lamar's a superstar, but I would build around Joe.
Well, a couple of things before I get to my point. Number one, thank God you're growing facial hair. It looks good, brother. But you need to put back on those glasses because the glasses look good on you, too. See, you waffling. You all over the place. Be
I got a new pair.
With your look.
I want to wait till the new pair comes in.
If you need tips, let me know. So it wasn't cheap. You actually went and bought a new pair of glasses. I'm very proud of you. That means he isn't cheap, Molly. Let's applaud Orlovsky for not being cheap. Where'd you go get it from Target? You go, where you go get the glasses from Target?
I
just want to know.
Excuse me, time out. Never shame anyone for Target. I love that story.
Yeah, my wife would go spend $300. Warby Parker. Warby Parker. Good.
Oh, yeah, Warby Parker. That's a good spot.
Just because you know to say Target instead of Target don't make you fly, Molly. Let's just throw that out the way. Now, Dan Orlovsky, back to you. Here's the deal. I got to tell you something, man. I'm on this tip. I've gone back and forth with this. I can't knock you for what you're saying because Joe Burrow is a better passer. I'm not fronting about that. I know his numbers, statistically, completion percentage is lower than Lamar's at this particular moment in time. He's already at 64%. Lamar's at 65%. He's got more touchdown passes this year, just equal amount of interceptions. I got all of that. What I would tell you is this, though. I fluctuate back and forth because I see how electrifying Lamar Jackson is. Last year would have been the third consecutive year he ran for 1,000 yards out of the quarterback position, which has never been done in NFL history, okay? And this year he's en route to a fourth. He's already got over 300 rushing yards, okay? So we understand he's en route to having another 1,000-yard rushing season. He's completing 65% of his passes. He's thrown for nearly 1,000 yards in the first 4 games. He's doing some things, all right? We know he's carrying this offense on his back. Duvernay has been impressive. Bateman can ball, too. I'm not knocking them. But Dan Orlovsky, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Hurts at the tight end spot. Burrow's got weapons all over the place. So now I ask you this question respectfully, and albeit somewhat rhetorically. Dan Orlovsky, what if Lamar Jackson had those weapons available to him?
Yeah.
Again, Duvernay, Bateman, and those brothers could play. Andrews, of course, Mark Andrews. But what if Lamar Jackson had, with his ability to extend plays, I'm not talking about scrambling upfield going north. I'm talking about the scramble out of the pocket and just extend plays and give dudes an extra second or two to get open. What if it was Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd he was throwing the ball to? What would he be then? And so I'm looking at it from that standpoint, and I'm coupling that with his mercurial abilities as a runner out of the quarterback position. And I can't sit up there and say definitively that I wouldn't want Lamar over Joe Burrow. Here's what I would say to you. Joe Burrow's got the postseason evidence. In his first real year, because he got hurt his first year, in his first real full season, this brother took the Cincinnati Bengals to a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson's got one playoff game in his 3+ years as a starter. I got that part. But I'm just saying what we're seeing from this brother right now. To enter a contract year, to know that he's got $200+ million on the table that he could potentially sign, to refuse to do so, to bet on himself, and to still be carrying this offense on his back. I'm looking at Lamar Jackson right now, fantasizing about the weapons that he could potentially have available to him if you're comparing him to Joe Burrow. And it's pretty hard for me to sit up there and say, I would take Burrow over Lamar Jackson at this particular juncture. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.